Hey you, it's me, Tink, back with another video. As promised, I said that I wanted to break down the live that Martell Holt decided to do earlier yesterday in case I post this the next day. But either way, he responded to the allegations that he abused his son. And so I want to say, my honest opinion, people who are great to their children, right by their children, is loved by their children, and vice versa, don't have to host a live to prove that to some strangers. The very same documents that Martell is so upset about is the very same documents that he wanted us to view on Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion, and also the very same documents he wanted Queen Sheba to read on her interview with him. Why are you mad now? The allegations that came prior to the AB situation with his son, why didn't you address the allegations pertaining to the paternity of Sugar Mama? There was a picture that was posted by Maurice or Marceau's brother, I believe, on Instagram. Don't quote me on that, but I do remember seeing this picture of Sugar Mama side by side with another man that Martell has accused Mel of sleeping with several times. It went up on Instagram, and I did not hear a peep from Martell. Great father. If you felt like this was not your daughter, right? You were questioning the paternity at one point. Why didn't you take Mel to court for the paternity of your daughter instead of fighting her for the money that Sugar Mama's business was profiting? Great father. Why were you hosting lives with the kids that you love oh so dearly in the backseat as you picked up your phone as you did today and ranted about their mother in front of them? Great father. You want us to so badly believe that you were AB by Mel, correct? By the way, I feel like she picked up the bat because I believe on many occasions she had to defend herself against Martell. So she knew that she could not go in trying to go head up with this man. So she had to grab a weapon. That only makes sense because we've seen him several times get in people's faces on the show. Even somebody's mom, and he's scared of Melody? No. Great father. You are so concerned with your children and the 40-something babysitters that Mel supposedly have. Why has she accused you of when it's your time to get the children, she has to have them longer, i.e. having to find more babysitters or assistance with the children because you don't have time or you can't prioritize enough to get your own damn children? Great father. Said out your mouth the sole purpose of you going on Tasha K is to dirty up Mel's name. Essentially, you ended up doxing your own children. Those very same children that you love to death. And we know that there are some strange people out here, including bloggers, don't mind showing up where your kids or your ex-wife is, right? As long as the court is making Mel seem as though she's losing, then it's all good. But as soon as your own child implicates you in these court documents as a AB, it's a lie. You said nothing towards the allegations when Mel claimed that you were bribing the kids, right? What was it, with ice cream? Never negated those allegations that Mel had against you when you were bribing those children. But now we are to believe that you never laid a hand on that baby. I mean, 25 licks is excessive, but we can't put nothing past y'all. We really don't know y'all because according to you, y'all are actors. So when you said in the live or are making up storylines for a show and that people shouldn't believe everything that comes out on the show, interesting enough, you said that you guys are actors. So why are you upset if they're acting? What's so very sad is that you're sitting here counting these court cases as wins in your book. You don't even realize how bad your children are losing. We have not seen you for months posted on a live. We have not heard the kids' voices on camera. You have not made a live and said, oh, well, I'm taking my children here, I'm taking my children there. Oh, but when the court documents hit, because you had the time to set aside for your children this weekend. Now, you're a great father. You're an interesting person, Martell, to say the least. You're very much so interesting. You said, I've been on social media for a very long time. I've been just sitting back watching, right? I remember Queen Sheba saying that she had got word from somebody in your camp that you get excited when social media is on Mel's ass, right? Like just tearing her a new one. You said nothing when those bloggers came out and had all these allegations towards Mel. But when that tide started to turn, mind you, it was just far few and in between. It wasn't like there was a slew of bloggers that was on your side. And it's clear that a lot of them may be on payroll, or it's so obvious that there's an agenda here. Things that they're saying, they couldn't possibly believe. But hey, that's their opinions. I stay over here and I let them stay over there. Nevertheless, I'm trying to figure out, why are you so mad? Allegations isn't true. Why didn't you just sit back like you've been doing for the past week? Because again, I didn't hear you say anything, give any rebuttal when the information from Straight No Chaser dropped saying that, and this woman didn't even give any type of disclaimer. She said for sure that Ariane told her and that she possibly had proof. I'm not sure if she said that in her live or not, but she definitely alluded to you may have put your hands on Ariane. And we know there's been many incidents with you and Ariane here lately. We are to believe that it's everybody but Martell. I believe you're sick. I genuinely think something is wrong with your mental. I'm not sure if the divorce did that to you or if it was always dormant and just certain situations pulled it out of you, but you need help. Because there's no way in hell that you think that you get to keep poking at other people and planning these ridiculous stories about your daughter not being yours or brainwashing certain people to believe that you're such a great person, right? And nobody's going to do anything to you? Every time you do this, Martell, you lose tremendously. Every time you try to persuade the masses that you're a great person. Do I think Mel is perfect? No, you guys. I don't think she's a perfect person. I think she make mistakes, absolutely. But what set her apart from Martell is she don't deliberately, well, at least we don't see it. She don't deliberately try to make him look bad out here. She literally responds to the things that he does. You got these people out here that will literally spin it because she responds and say that she's out here trying to tear him down when in reality it's him doing it all by himself. Here's where parents like Martell get it misconstrued. Your kids are not always going to be kids. I just wonder how you would respond to your children's disappointment in you. I added this comment because it really bothered me when I read it. Let's be clear about the domestic violence, y'all.
It's out there. And the way the certain women try to handle us as a man, I see why that some men throw in a towel. I see the reason men throw that white towel in, like, you know what? Fuck it. I see why.
It's so interesting you say that because great fathers don't even think like that. A cold day in hell before they even consider not being in their kids' lives because of a person that they once had relations with. Great father couldn't imagine their life without their children, no matter how hard the circumstances become.
I get up, wake my kids up at 6 o'clock, I do my girl's hair, get them breakfast. I drive 25 minutes to get them to school every morning. I go eat lunch with them. I make sure they get to practice. Hold on.
Congratulations, you're being a father. Goes on to say that Mel, he keep bringing up this damn babysitter situation. Listen, some people got to do what they got to do because had they had their spouse in the household, and you claim to have them for the full 2 weeks, and it's so interesting that you say that. We know goddamn well that Ariane is watching those children for you at times. You allude to this at one point. She had a job to do. Oh, these comments are fucking disgusting, but we'll get there.
I signed them up for. I signed them up for baseball. I signed them up for tennis. I signed them up for arts. I signed them up.
My son was in baseball last year, but his dad works a lot. He works a swing shift, or did at that point. So it was literally on me, right? And it was his idea. However, he wasn't able to make it to the majority of his games. But did I beat him over the head about it? No, he knew what he had to do. He changed his schedule and he got there. So I want to say this. Just because you signed them up doesn't mean that you're doing everything that you need to do on your end to ensure that they stay productive while they're in that sport, because it's more than just signing them up. I can tell y'all that hands down. It is a lot that goes into signing your kids up for extracurricular activities, especially if you have multiple. I have 4 in the household, just like Martell, and it is a lot. So what, you're signing them up? Are you paying for those things monthly without missing any payments? Are you ensuring that they have their uniform, helping them practice even at home? Still going to circle back to that DV comment that we talked about earlier. I just got to get through this live real quick.
It's difficult. Being a parent of 5 is difficult. And then me being a man, but I'm not tripping because I'm doing this. My kids, my responsibility, so I'm doing it. No complaints.
Then he proceeds to complain.
A total of an hour and a half, 2 hours, when my kids are with me, when I'm taking them to school, when I'm taking them to practice. All that shit I got over on their mom's side of the of town. I got them over there, but I'm over education, I'm over sports, so I can move them wherever I want to move them to. But no, I kept them over there.
What y'all want to bet? He's going to start trying to change the location of the children at this point, because that seems to be a trigger for him, because he mentioned that a couple of times that the commute for him is too long, because he have that power, because he's repeated that several times, that he has the power to change that. He's going to change it just to fuck with Mel. Watch. Martell, what's going on with this psych evaluation? Why haven't you got that done yet? And if you have, why haven't you shared the results of that? And since we out here, addressing allegations, psycho evaluations isn't just to determine if you're crazy. It's literally to help you with your mental. I'm truly concerned. Did you go through with that or not?
Talking about abuse. No. How the hell did I just become abusive just because we got a divorce?
Excuse me, the same way your ex-wife became a hoe when she announced her divorce from you. All of a sudden, sugar mama isn't your child, right? I mean, your mom went from praising y'all as the power couple when you guys were together. Your mom was so heartbroken about you guys divorcing that she was crying on camera, was upset with you. And then all of a sudden she flipped the script. Now Mel is a lazy parent. He worked you like a damn dog. Even you switched up. You went from wanting Mel back, sending her pictures of y'all when y'all was together, hopping up on her date, hopping up at her house, hopping up on set. Now you're claiming DV all of a sudden. So let's not play semantics here. You're not fooling anybody, Martell. You're truly upset about the truth. The only time that you really genuinely become upset is when somebody tells the damn truth on you. Such as your mom. Do I need to go there? You were mad that she went on stand and told the truth. Really don't know what you expected for somebody that was sworn into oath. It'd be interesting to see the transcripts from this child custody court case, specific to the documents that's floating around, and notice that he never disputes those for being fake. He's only mad that they're out. The very same documents, might I add, he wanted everybody to know about. The people that I feel the most for is the children, because they're literally in the middle of a war between two parents that once loved each other, and it's super unfortunate. I feel like that's why Mel a lot of the time spared Martell publicly. God knows what his temperament was before he hit record and began to talk to strangers about his love for his children and how great of a father he is. I truly believe this is the watered down version of Martell prior to him filming this live on Instagram. It's like he watered down the reason why they're not able to use corporal punishment towards their children is because he was accused of allegedly hitting his child 25 times. Slightly admitted to it, but that's the reason why you guys cannot corporally punish your children. It's because of you. He's such a great father, but he didn't dispute the fact that Ariane went around telling Straight No Chaser that when she announced her pregnancy with Knox, Martell went MIA. There was talk about him telling Mel that they could flee the state and start all over. He would just pay child support to Ariane if that meant that he would have his family with Mel. That's something a good father would say. In my opinion, you just proved to us that you are in fact behind the scrutiny that Mel has received online. I'm wondering, who was Ariane really talking about when she said you just can't be a great parent online? Starting to believe that she directed that towards you. I seriously think the only reason why you go to those kids' school to eat and so that you can have witnesses. So if somebody make any claims about you not showing up for those kids pertaining to any school activities, then you can always say, well, Miss such and such saw me in. I fellowship with X, Y, and Z teacher. You need flying monkeys. And it's really sad. I feel like a person who always needs to be vindicated by others. 9 times out of 10, the problem, we have not heard Mel say anything about these court documents that dropped. I'm sure she's going to respond now. This great father took time during the weekend that he has his precious children to go live while they're around, might I add, riding on these machines that you said that they cannot quite drive, to address some strangers about some allegations that's not true. Couldn't it have waited until you got home and the kids was in the bed? When you segued into the women versus men conversation, trying to use your situation to demonstrate to us that this is how single moms are created, because fathers like yourself, great fathers like yourself, get so tired of being held accountable. They leave the house. I feel like what's always left out of that conversation is single dads that create single moms to begin with. This was an embarrassing, unhinged ass live. It was unwarranted, unnecessary, and nobody cares. Nobody cares that you're trying to vindicate yourself. So very sloppy with your work online. It would be nothing for me to piece together a video of you disputing everything that you said online. So it seems like you have 2 triggers. When someone calls you a piss poor dad, and when they call you crazy.
Warning, warning, warning.